What's up guys? I'm so excited because I have a package. I ordered this a little while ago and I've just been patiently waiting for it to come and the day is here. Alright, let's get this started. So inside my little box I have the new Tarte contouring palette. I was actually waiting to buy a contouring palette. I was kind of looking at what's out there and stuff, and one day I was just scrolling through Instagram and I saw that they posted this on their Instagram and it was like coming soon, and I could not wait. I literally checked every single day online on Sephora so that I could just get it right away, right when it came out, because I knew that I was gonna want it. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. And on the inside, it actually smells like chocolate. And when you open it up, it has a really nice size mirror. I won't show you guys because of the glare, but these are the powders. So we have a pinkish highlight, a white highlight, a yellow highlight slash corrector, a medium brown toned matte contouring shade, and then a deeper, more gray, cool toned contouring shade, and then a blush. So those are the 6 different powders that you get inside this palette. I'm so excited to use this. So you may have been thinking that I looked a little weird in this video so far, and that's because I obviously don't have anything on my face besides foundation, concealer, and powder. So I don't have any contouring shades, bronzing shades, blush shades, highlighting powders, anything like that. And with my concealer, I tried to go with one of my darker concealers so that it's literally just the same shade as my foundation right now. I didn't want to use a highlighting concealer or anything that was too brightening because I really want to see the power of the powders in this palette. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get started, get into this video. This is gonna be sort of a first impressions because obviously you just saw me get it out of the box, but I'm also gonna be kind of doing a how-to video. So how to contour and highlight with this Tarte palette. First things first, I'm gonna take the first highlighting shade. So this is the one in the top left corner. It's the one that has the number 1 next to it, and it's a little bit more on the pink undertone side. I'm going to take that on the center of the face, from the forehead, down the nose, and on the chin area. Right away I can tell that the palette is really high quality. The powder seems very finely milled, at least that first highlighting shade, and it applies really smooth and buttery. It doesn't leave like chunks of pigment anywhere, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm gonna go on to the number 2 correcting highlighter shade, and this one's more yellow tone, so it's meant to go underneath the eyes to cancel out any blue or purple undertones that most of us usually have. Now for the fun part, we're gonna add some contour. So these are the 2 contour shades. Like I said, you get a softer contour and then a more harsh contour if you want to go for that. Just for the purpose of this video, I may as well use both just to show you guys kind of how they both work and the colors on both of them. Because I'm gonna use both today, I'm actually gonna start off with the harsher one. So number 4, the more cool toned contouring shade, and I'm taking that on my Becca brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and carve out those cheekbones. Whoa, mama. I may have applied a little too much, but we're gonna roll with this. We're gonna roll with it. I'm also just gonna go ahead and take a little of that down the nose. So that shade is so super pigmented, one of the best pigmentations for contouring shades that I've actually ever used. I was quite light-handed, I felt, but then it really, you don't need to build it up, let's just put it that way. There's so much pigmentation, it applies very smoothly, and I don't know, I really like it. And I love a cool tone contour because it does look a little bit more natural. Even if you're going for I guess a more intense look, it just mimics the natural shading of our face a lot better. Now I'm going to take the softer contouring shade and apply that a little bit more like a bronzer, but still it's going to be sculpting our face, and I'm going to blend out that deeper contour a little bit with this shade. Guys, I have to say I love the shades of the 2 contouring shades, and I really like that they included 2 beautiful contours that pretty much anyone can be able to use, you know what I mean? And depending on what kind of look you're going for, you can really customize it. You can get a softer contour if you want, you can get a deeper, harsher contour, or you can combine them both, and voila! I kind of knew I was gonna like the contour palette, to be honest, because the Tarte Park Princess Waterproof Matte Bronzer is one of my all-time favorite contouring shades, and this is what that looks like. Actually, the number 3 shade, I don't know if you can tell, it's very similar. I feel like it is actually the same shade. So that's a little good thing to know right there. Alrighty, and finally, I'm just going to apply some blush once I figure out which blush brush I want to use. This looks like a really nice color. It's pretty neutral. It's a little bit more on the rosy tone, and I think it's quite versatile, so you can really use it for any kind of blush look that you're going for. And I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks and blend it backwards. Guys, I'm actually pretty obsessed with that color. It reminds me a lot of the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Exposed. It's like one of those neutral everyday shades that you can just whip out and just pair with anything. Honestly, I'm really happy that they did include a blush shade in this contouring palette, just because most contour palettes don't, and I think it's really handy to just have it right there in the palette. Okay, and finally, one last thing is that center shade that is just a pretty much pure white. It is matte like all of the shades in the palette. I don't know if I've mentioned that. Yes, all of the shades in the palette are matte, so that's really nice and it looks a lot more natural that way. With this one, you can pretty much apply it any places you really want to pop on your face. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and apply this underneath the brow bones right there. You can probably use a smaller brush. This is a little hard to work with. At the inner corners right here. And then at the bottom of my nose and on my Cupid's bow. I love doing this. Don't ask me why. And that is the finished look with all of our contour and highlight going on. I mean, honestly guys, contouring can just take a look from 0 to 100 real quick, especially when you're using high quality pigmented powders like you'll find in the Tarte palette. I love Tarte products. They're probably one of my top favorite brands. They're completely cruelty free and they make a lot of high quality products that are actually good for your skin, so I love that, and I really like a lot of Tarte products, pretty much all of the ones that I've tried. So I did have high hopes for this palette, but I told myself that I was going to be 100% honest, and if I really didn't like it, I would say so. But seriously guys, like, I love this palette. I can already see myself using it so much. Everything about it, really, from the packaging, I just think it's so chic, to the actual powders and what they've included. I think that it's really nice that they included, you know, basically three highlighting shades, 2 contouring shades, and a blush. It's just super handy. Everything you need to contour and highlight and accentuate your features is right here in this palette. Plus, the actual powders themselves are just beautiful formulations. They're buttery, they're smooth, they're easy to blend, and they're all 100% matte, so that's just, I don't know, that's so nice. And with all of the Tarte products, I find that they're very, very long lasting. I am not going to go into too much detail about that in this video because it is just like my first impression, so I'll have to be wearing them a little bit longer, and you know, I want to get a little bit more wear time in on them before I can tell you guys specifically how long they're lasting and if they're lasting as well as like other Tarte products do. But I'm really quite thrilled with the palette itself. Yeah, like I said, everything about it, from the way it looks in the pan to the way it looks on the face, I think everything is just hitting the nail on the head, and you're really killing it with this one, Tarte. So I guess that's it for this video on how to use the new Tarteist Contour Palette, and also my little first impressions, sort of. I would honestly recommend this to anybody who's looking for a contour palette. Like I said, you have it all with this palette, and in my opinion, it's probably one of the best on the market, and that's why I was waiting so long to get one, because I couldn't decide, because everything was kind of the same to me. So when when they came out with this, I hopped on that as fast as I could, and I am pretty much just living for this palette right now. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And also, if you guys have any kind of requests for videos, leave it down in the comments below and I will try to get to them. That's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed my first impression of the new Tarteist Contour Palette, and I'll see you next time. And this is going to be sort of a holiday party makeup look. I think it's perfect for, you know, a nighttime look where you really want to get glammed